So to talk about change of status to become F1 status, I think that briefly there are like 5 steps. First, you have to select your school. Second, you have to obtain your I-20. Third, you have to start like collecting your evidence to fill out form I-539. And after that, once evidence is ready, you can fill out the form, draft the personal statement. Finally, you have to file your form and evidence timely, meaning that before the termination date of your current status. So selecting your school, I know that you guys are having a good knowledge and then information about the school in the United States. Here we do see so many reputable and then great school in the United States. As I'm assuming that most of people here has at least like BA degree or sometimes master degree. So when you select your school for your future, maybe you can carefully select it by considering your educational background. If you had a BA degree in other country, but if you're selecting same major for BA degree, USCIS would think that this education is not that much necessary for you. If you're choosing program like advanced education level that is relevant to your major in BA degree, or if you select like new field of study that you never touched before, if you want to challenge for a new field of study, that's also fine. So you can think of either way, like advanced education level or new field of study when you're selecting your program and school. After that, after carefully selecting your option of school, once you choose it, now you time to obtain your I-20. And to do so, I believe that school really want to see your financial statement as the first evidence. They want to see that you have funds to cover your tuition and the living cost. So follows school's instruction and submit the financial statement. They can issue I-20 and then they will give you the acceptance letter as well. After that, you also need to pay like service fee I-901, service fee online. After that, you also need to collect some materials explaining about your academic curriculum. The reason why I'm jotting down this information one by one, A through D, is that those informations are quite like essential evidence when you prepare change of status form with USCIS. I recommend that once you collect those things, please keep it with you so that you are directly ready for COS process. Now, time for collecting your supportive evidence for form I-539. I'll talk about this evidence next page in detail, but pretty much you have to think that, oh, I need to collect the evidence about my current status, and I need to think of the evidence to prove my strong ties to my home country. These tools are very essential and very fundamentals. I hope that you can collect them when you think of change of status. After you collect the evidence, you can start to fill out the form I-539 and then prepare your personal statement. To fill out the form I-539, already mentioned that there are 2 methods like online or paper filing. So if you want to do paper filing, you can download form I-539 on USCIS website. Every petition has a different version, like they are updating every quarter or yearly. So make sure that you download a very recent version on the website. Or if you want to do online filing, you can create your USCIS online account and then you can fill out the information, like click it one by one online. And for your personal statement, I recommend that you have to explain details like why you'd like to pursue education in the United States and what is your future plan after earning your new degree in certain school. So those are quite like important information you have to state. Think about the good story about your background and then your future plan. Those is quite like essential step to do so. After you feel ready with form, petition, and then evidence and letter, you have to file those things with USCIS. You have to understand that when is your termination date of your non-immigrant status. For example, B2 visa holder, they can find out the termination date of your B2 status by looking at the I-94 form. It shows that when your visa status will be expired certain date. So make sure that you have to file change of status form before termination date of your D2 status. But like for H1B, you do see the termination date of H1B in your petition notice. But sometimes when you experience like being laid off recently and then you have certain termination date of employment, then you have to think of the grace period, like 60 days after your termination date of employment. Make sure that when is your termination date with your employment, especially for H1B or L1 visa holder who experience being laid off, if you have any grace period applicable, contact like 60 days carefully so that you don't miss the termination date deadline.